A surreal moment in a day where we just saw so much high drama and political theater. And of course, everyone was watching and waiting to see what type of response, what type of outcome we might have from the meeting of these two men over a nearly 4 year long war. And what we got was absolutely nothing. Donald Trump went on and on about the Russia hoax and talking about his great relationship with Vladimir Putin. But what was missing was, of course, all of the threats and the recriminations that were expected if, in fact, there was no deal. And as, of course, we knew that he said that in the first few minutes, he would know if, in fact, there would be an agreement. And clearly, we saw nothing, and which makes clear that this entire event was not only staged, but it was staged to give the credibility and the imprimatur of prestige to Russian President Vladimir Putin, who continues to be seen as an international pariah and war criminal.
Fox News just called out Donald Trump for getting steamrolled by Vladimir Putin. Now, as you know, today, Putin and Trump had their summit in Alaska, and it did not go well by all accounts, that even Fox News had to call it as it was. Take a listen to this.
Because the way that it felt in the room was not good. It did not seem like things went well, and it seemed like Putin came in and steamrolled.
Yeah, Putin came in and steamrolled. And one of the things that they noticed, despite being on U.S. soil, it was Vladimir Putin who started off the press conference and set the tone. He is the one that said what happened in the meeting. He went first and dominated the press conference. Now, any other time with Trump, he dominates the conversation, whether it's on U.S. soil or not on U.S. soil. He is the one who dictates the tone, but not this time. And this much is for sure. Donald Trump is not shaking the talk of him being nothing but a puppet, and even Fox News is.
What was that red carpet for? What did Putin just did to Trump? I see this as I see this as a slap. That's just the honest truth. After all the red carpets, cruising in Lamborghini or whatsoever do you guys call it, there was nothing. Like it was as good as not even coming. Anyways, hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's Sonia, and I'm back again with another mind-blowing video. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are fine. Hope you guys are good. If this is the first time tuning in, do subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment, and lastly, do not forget to share. For every other person to get this good news, thank you so much for 190 subscribers. I'm so grateful, and I really do appreciate to everyone coming back to support me. Guys, this news has really been trending because when I went back to watch over and over again, I have to now ask myself the first question: what was that red carpet for? So all of that red carpet just came just for us not to get what we are looking for. Is this a trap or something? Anyways, I'll allow you guys dive into the videos, and then I'll come back with commentaries. Every videos and stitches you see us stitch in this video, credit belongs to the original creators of this video. Let's get right into this because this is getting interesting.
Next time in Moscow. That's what Putin said to Trump right after they wrapped up their meeting, which ended with no deals.
What happened, but we had an extremely productive meeting and many points were agreed to. There are just a very few that are left. Some are not that significant. One is probably the most significant, but we have a very good chance of getting there. We didn't get there, but we have a very good chance of getting there. I would like to thank President Putin and his entire team, whose faces, who I know in many cases, otherwise, other than that, whose faces I get to see all the time in the newspapers. You're almost as famous as the boss, but especially this one right over here. But we had some good meetings over the years, right? Good, productive meetings over the years, and we hope to have that in the future. But let's do the most productive one right now. We're going to stop really 5, 6, 7,000, thousands of people a week from being killed, and President Putin wants to see that as much as I do. So, again, Mr. President, I'd like to thank you very much, and we'll speak to you very soon and probably see you again very soon. Thank you very much, Vladimir.
And next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one, but I can see it possibly happening. Thank you very much, Vladimir. And thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We've never, ever looked this weak like we do on a global stage right now. You mean you rolled out the red carpet for this man? Let him ride in the back seat of the car with you, talk to him, offered him food, and all of that at the highest level of the United States government. And he slapped you around in the face and left you hanging with no deals. You would have been better off just staying at the White House and talking. We're literally right where we started. And then he wraps it all up by telling you, next time in Moscow, with a little smirk. It's amazing that you did all that for a war criminal who sells children, but you've weaponized the National Guard to attack everyday Americans. This is a disgrace to the country. And to add insult to injury, you still did not accomplish your mission, which was to distract all of us from the Epstein file.
Oh my God, you have to listen to this. This Fox News host talks about how defeated Trump seemed when he walked out of his meeting with Putin. She admits it, and then she kind of tries to make it seem like maybe it's all going to be okay. I don't think she's going to have a job on Monday. Listen to this.
It was just very unusual, atypical, and I think we're all awaiting, the readout, because the way that it felt in the room was not good. It did not seem like things went well, and it seemed like Putin came in and steamrolled, got right into what he wanted to say, and got his photo next to the president and then left. Of course, that is only the piece of the picture that we have right now, and certainly President Trump, who is the host and who is the president, would not want to, I think, enable something that would make him look weak. But we are eagerly awaiting to hear the background on that. And I will also note that we didn't see any sort of scowls on the faces of the likes of Steve Witkoff or Secretary Rubio or any of the other members of the U.S. delegation. And I think had it been concerning, we might have seen something there. But just to paint a picture for you.
Well, I don't know. The rest of the guys weren't scowling, so I'm sure it's going to be fine. Oh, I'm sure Trump just didn't get played within an inch of his life because Putin can run circles around him, and he clearly just did. Even Fox News says so. Oof, that's embarrassing.
If nobody is telling this Russian president that he's actually smart, I'm going to tell him that he is smart. He is very smart, like very, very 100% smart. For him to come all the way from his country down to American, we have to throw out red carpet for him, cruise in Trump's beautiful cars, and he and Trump just gisting and everything. And at the end of the meeting, it was as good as stay in your country. We can just say this on phone. It's actually not making sense. A lot of Americans have been talking about this. A lot of Americans have been saying this is actually a shame. This is actually a slap to their face. That at the end of the day, what they are expecting to hear, they didn't even hear it at all. It just make no sense that he actually started talking in the conference meeting even before Trump. Honestly, let's be sincere. Are you sure there is not something fishy? I'm not trying to say Trump is hiding something. Please do not get me wrong, right? I'm not trying to say Trump is trying to hide something. But I just feel there's something fishy. And if you guys know what is actually fishy, let me know in the comment section, because what was that? Anyways, let's go and hear what other persons have to say about this. And then I will come back with commentaries.
Donald Trump and Putin have officially met. The time is here and everything seems to be chill. They're seeing both of them happy, smiling, teeth everywhere. A lot of people in the comments, including myself, it looked like they were old pals, like homies from high school. They hadn't seen each other for a couple months. After that, dabbing each other up, smiling around. Let's go get some chelas. Let's go to Ojos Locos type. Then they walked to the podium where they stood, and then reporters started asking him a lot of questions. One of the questions that was directed to the president of Russia was, "Sir, will you stop innocent civilians?" And then the president of Russia kind of acted like he didn't understand the question. He didn't know what English was. And then you can see him going no entiendo, what? But once all of this is over, there's going to be a very main event, which is going to be the press conference that everybody's going to be looking forward to. But we'll see what's going to happen right now. Baby steps. Let me know what you guys think about all this down below in the comments. And like always, don't forget to follow for more daily fresh news.
I just watched the entirety of Donald Trump's press conference with Putin after their long meeting today, so you don't have to. And in short, it was a complete and total disaster. First and foremost, the most important thing, no peace deal. No ceasefire, no agreement, no nothing. Donald Trump, who framed himself as the master negotiator, somebody who could solve this war in just 24 hours by picking up the phone and calling people, has now failed time and time and time again to do that. He also called Putin the boss and shouted out Russian businessmen who were in attendance, which is an incredibly weird thing to do when you're talking about ending a war. And then later, Putin suggested having their next meeting in Moscow, to which Donald Trump said, yeah, let's talk about it. What? And then they ended their speeches and didn't take any questions. Not a single one from a journalist. They both just walked out of the room and said nothing further. So in short, a total disaster. Nothing achieved, no deal. Putin got what he wanted, which is a meeting in the United States, a photo with the president, some legitimacy, and we here in America got nothing.
What did Putin want from this meeting with Donald Trump? Well, 4 things really. He wanted the handshake with the US president. He wanted to show the world that Russia was back on the world stage where it should be, at the top table of global politics. He wanted to kick the can down the road and not to be held in any way responsible for his actions in Ukraine. And if he could get away with it, he wanted sanctions relief. So what did we see? We were all surprised at how little time the two men seemed to be talking for. And then the press conference itself was over almost as soon as it began.
Thank you very much, Vladimir. And thank you all.
Putin was saying gushing things about the shared heritage with America and their common cause fighting in the Second World War. Donald Trump talked about Putin as being the boss. It was all very odd. It was all very chummy and very pally.
I've always had a fantastic relationship with President Putin, with Vladimir.
At the end, there was no great deal, no ceasefire, very little spoken about Ukraine, actually. What did Putin get? He got to show the world that he was back on top of global politics, and he wasn't held to account. In fact, he invited Donald Trump to go to Moscow for another meeting.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one.
If anything says pushing things down through the diary, that's exactly it. The rest of us were just left absolutely bewildered. And Donald Trump, for a man who loves answering questions and holding court and talking to the rest of us, he didn't say a word. There were no questions.
So, just to put it very quickly,
they were gone almost as soon as they'd stepped foot on the stage.
Honestly, guys, I don't even know what to say in this video, honestly. Because even as I was doing my research and I was watching different videos online, right? Every single person is actually saying there is something fishy, especially about the Epstein list. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm actually pronouncing it the other way. You understand? And I feel like if someone can just come to your country and just overshadow you without giving you the answer that you're looking for, he just made it rap so fast. There is something fishy about those two people. And very soon, America will definitely get to find out, either later or now. But the most important thing is everybody is already speculating. Fox News have to be like, what is this? Is this our president? Like, is it the Donald Trump that we know? You understand what I'm trying to like? A lot actually went wrong in that particular conference that it is not even supposed to fly at all. But you guys know, as usual, it should definitely fly. Just let me know what you think in the comment section, because I don't want to say too much so I will not be like, why is this girl always on Donald Trump's head? So that MAGAs will not be like, why is this lady? What has Trump? Trump has not done anything to me. Like, I like Trump, but with what US is actually going through right now and is affecting other countries, we are also not happy, to be honest, because every single thing that affects US definitely affects other countries in one way or the other, whether we want to accept it or not. It might be better in our own end and be harder for other persons. But to be honest, that conference didn't just go well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and what you think might actually be why that conference didn't really go well. And a lot of people are actually talking about it. US have raged. Like, a lot of people have said a lot of things that I can't even bring all of those clips down to my videos here because of the YouTube rules and regulation. Anyways, if you have not subscribed, do subscribe. Like this video, drop me a comment, and lastly, do not forget to share. And guys, with no further ado, like let's say in my videos, I'm going to be Simba, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye. I love you guys. Mwah.